All right, today we're going to be talking about the Pancakeswap Hack update. Give you an update on what's been going on. First, and I'm also going to talk to you about a Pancakeswap alternative, and I'm also going to update a video that I did a couple weeks back talking about yield farming with 1000% APY. I'm going to talk to you about how that went. So first things first, quick update on this Pancakeswap hack. There's a lot to learn from this. It's unfortunate that it happened. I'm certain there were some people that lost some crypto. It's just unfortunate. But there are lessons to be learned here, that's for sure. First thing is the Pancakeswap did have a hack yesterday. This was the announcement that MetaMask put out. The Pancakeswap website has been hacked, possibly DNS, and is not safe to use for now. We'll be warning users trying to visit. Be careful. And if you would go to Pancakeswap, you get a big red warning for MetaMask. In fact, let's try to do it real quick. And there's the warning. Ethereum phishing detected. That's a scary little warning. And the real question is, what happened? Why did this happen? This should have been easy to prevent, particularly for a company like a cryptocurrency-based company. You would think they would have their DNS protections on and whatnot. However, it seems like what happened was somebody basically had hacked, and then when you went to make a trade or do something on the website, they were asking for your private keys or your seed phrases. And unfortunately, there's always somebody willing to divulge that information. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just say this. Even if you think it's me direct messaging you, which I would probably never do anyway, but even if it was me in the comments, nobody should ever need your private keys or your seed phrases. They're 12-word seed phrases, 24-word seed phrases. Never a reason to give that information out. That would be like giving out an irrevocable password to your bank account, and once you gave it out, someone had access to log into your bank account, but the bank couldn't stop them and you couldn't stop them. Without exaggeration, that's how bad it is. Do not give out your private keys. Do not give out your 12-word phrase. This cannot be overstated enough. Someone will have access to your funds and you cannot stop them from taking your funds unless you know what you're doing when you did it. But if you knew what you were doing, you wouldn't do it in the first place. So whatever you do, no matter how legit it looks, no matter what, never, ever, ever give that info away. Now we got that out of the way. I wanted to talk about a quick alternative, and I think it's actually better. I've been using it a lot more. It's my favorite exchange, and that is the 1inch exchange. 1inch is probably the second most popular decentralized exchange on Ethereum. They've recently moved over here to the Binance Smart Chain. The best thing about 1inch is you're going to have a lot lower slippage. They save you gas if you're using 1inch on Ethereum. Fees aren't so expensive here, but they save you on slippage. If you have an option here, lower gas costs or maximum return, always choose maximum return. What 1inch does, if you go to make a trade and let's just say you're trading something that has low liquidity, but it's traded on 2 or 3 different exchanges. If you buy, if you're buying this token and the price is going to slide by 1% because it's a thinly traded token, then they may split up your order on 1inch. They can reroute it to 2 different exchanges to give you the best price. And in fact, sometimes you'll see that if your order is big enough, you'll see it get routed multiple places. And it's going to tell you what is the best price and what's the difference from the other exchange, etc. So I'm going to tell you right now, I love 1inch. I've been using them. I hold their token. I stake their token. I'm yield farming on their platform. I love it. I use it all the time. I use it now on Ethereum when I have to do trades over there. Those of you that are familiar with me using $, you're familiar with those sort of platforms that I use. First of all, I got a video coming out on those. They have been killing it, but there's some risk. So I got a video coming out about that. And I did a video actually yesterday about it as well. I buy my $, here, everything. Monster, Slayer, Cash, all that stuff. I do all those trades here on 1inch. Any trade that you can do on Pancakeswap, you can do on 1inch. And it's just an alternative. I feel like seeing that Pancakeswap their security was so easily compromised, and I felt like that shouldn't have happened. And knowing that 1inch has been around a lot longer than Pancakeswap, I feel more confident now going forward. Using the 1inch exchange. I will put a link in the description for the 1inch exchange. It is an affiliate link. If you would like to use that to support the channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. Let me update. I did a video back here on the February 25th talking about 1000% APY farming the 1inch token. This is the day that it launched. Now, I was really excited about this token because I really thought it had potential to just massively go up in value. It hasn't done that. The price has stayed pretty steady, so it hasn't, just taken off or anything. which is unfortunate. I really thought that it could just take off, and I think people just aren't really seeing it for what it is, but it's okay. It's a longer term hold for me at this point. Just to give you a quick update, I actually made another deposit, add more liquidity today. Farming is down to 58% APY, which is actually good. I did an entire video on how to yield farm on the Binance Smart Chain. One of the comments that I get is basically assuming, I've had people actually do the math and tell me how much they were going to earning 1,000% over the next year. That just shows fundamentally that people don't understand how yield farming works. Anytime you see those big percentages, it's typically because it's either a very risky token, it's a very new token. There's not a lot of people in the pool, meaning if this pool was down, for example, to 1.5 million, this thing would be sitting at like 58% APY probably. So there's a lot of that stuff that you have to keep in mind. So, and one more thing, I just had this comment as well. Someone said, hey, have you heard about such and such a website? Their yield farming looks pretty good. Do you think it's sustainable? Ladies and gentlemen, when you're yield farming, there's two things you're farming for. One is you're farming for the liquidity. You're providing liquidity. Again, go watch the video on Binance Smart Chain yield farming. I'll link it above. I'll put it down in the description. You can watch that video. But when you watch that video, one of the things you're going to recognize that you're earning fees from people trading. And by the way, the scenario here, this is the perfect kind of scenario, because there's going to be, in this sort of scenario, you're going to have a lot less impermanent loss. In fact, you might not have any impermanent loss. This is how you make profit. When people trade back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, that's how you make profit, because you're making a percentage of those fees. Same thing here. It's when it's trading sideways. That's what you love to see. It's okay if it goes up a little bit, down a little bit, as long as it just keeps trading sideways. So you're making profit from the fees by providing liquidity, and then you take your LP token. Again, watch the video for a full tutorial, full walkthrough, the whole 9 yards. You take that LP token, you deposit it to farm native tokens or various tokens. In this case, you're farming the 1-inch token. If you go on their Ethereum exchange, you can see a lot of other types of tokens. Most of the time, the tokens that you're farming don't have a lot of value, or they don't have a reason to hold their value long term. If farming is too aggressive, all people do is just dump the tokens. They just dump the tokens, and it therefore dumps the price, and it hurts the APY from the token side. Now, if you come over here to pools, you will see that roughly 21% of the APY they were earning is coming from fees. 57% is coming from the token that we're earning. If the token price doubles, this doubles. If the token price gets cut in half, this gets cut in half. This is directly related to the tokens. Now, I'll tell you, since I've been in, probably after about a week, this really settled down a lot. It got, around about this APY. It's been in the 50, 60, 70% range. Maybe it was a little bit lower. It's back up a little bit now, but it's been pretty stable there after probably a week or maybe 2 weeks, which I fully expected. I fully understood how that worked. Now, I did think that the token might just really catch up, because I figured people would really, this was the biggest named exchange to come on Binance. That hasn't happened. So I'm currently mining the token. You can see that I have them here. What do I do when I mine the token? It's a governance token, which means that we get to benefit from what happens on the platform to some degree. So I come over here and I end up staking my token. So I come to governance, I hit 100% and click stake. Once I have them staked, once a week, they pay out some rewards. These rewards it's coming out, is looking like right now it's coming around to about 1 to 1.5% a month. It's still too soon to tell where it's going to land. But that's kind of sort of what it's looking at. Long term, I'm okay with that. This is one of my longer term holds. I may be holding these tokens for a year more. So I really like this. I added some more today. By the way, my returns on what I actually got farming in the pool. So it was within about, I could not remember. I should have looked at the video I just showed you, but I could not remember if it was $860 that I went in with or $880 that I went in with. But it was right around that when I withdrew. So it was give or take $20. Be conservative, say give or take $50 is where I was at. Now I've gotten 1-inch rewards. By the way, this pool did go from that original, let's just say it was at 860. It went as high as 920, 950, and it also went as low as, I think at one point it was in the 600s, and it came back up. Now, once it kind of got into the 800s, it's really settled there the past, I don't know, probably a couple of weeks or so. I check this thing 2 or 3 times a week, and it seemed to be settled right in that 800 range. Now, the 1-inch rewards, I'm earning those pretty good. Like I said, I've gotten 5.5 of them so far. I just withdraw when I get, about $4 worth, because I think the 1-inch token's around $3 and some change right now. So when I get about $4 worth, I just claim it, and then I come over and stake it for governance rewards. I haven't withdrew any of my governance rewards right now, but as you can see, I've gotten 0.04 tokens right now. There's a 1-inch price, by the way, 444. So about every 1-inch token or so, I like to withdraw it. And again, you can do that because it's Binance, right? It's cheap. It's pennies, sometimes fractions of a penny to make a transaction. So it's super easy to compound and stack the token. Now, at any given time, if I want, I can unstake these tokens. I can sell them. I can withdraw out the liquidity pool if I want to. Probably not going to do that. This is going to be, I'm going to keep building up this position, because earning 50-something% return, and let's not even count the 20% for the mining, being able to earn 50-something% return when a project is stable and has the ability to probably hold that price. I mean, that's what the 1-inch token price is kind of held at on Ethereum. So it's held pretty stable. So I just feel confident that holding that is going to be a good thing. Meaning long term, meaning I feel confident that I'm going to be able to make, 30% conservatively over the year by providing BNB and providing liquidity with BNB and 1-inch tokens, being able to earn those additional 1-inch tokens, which right now I'm just staking. All right, just a quick recap, and then I want to tell you about a video that I'm planning to do, kind of a challenge that I'm going to record. And I want to give you some heads up on what you can expect coming from the channel going forward. So, quick recap. Pancakeswap was hacked. They do appear that their hack is over with now. If you come to the top up here, it says, we just got confirmations that DNS is fully propagated and we are back. It's been a long 24 hours, but trading and farming never stopped. That's a good thing. We reached out to all the sites that helped us to add notes or alerts, etc., and they should be removed shortly. And that's super awesome. I mean, hopefully everything runs without a hitch. Hopefully not too many people actually gave up their private keys or their seed phrases. Hopefully. It makes me sick in my stomach to think about that happening to somebody. Quick update on the 1-inch on the 1000% APY. It's not 1000% APY. Token price is holding steady. Currently 58% APY on a project that should be stable. By the way, that's not financial advice. I'm not recommending that you jump into 1-inch. I'm just telling you that I'm using it. I do recommend it as an exchange. I think it's a good exchange. Knock on wood, to my knowledge, they've never had any security risk, but that is something that you have to be careful for. Always, always, always in crypto. I'll put a link to this exchange down below. Just to give you a quick example of what governance does, once you have your token staked, you can vote. You can come in and you can try to figure out where the vote, right here, like referral rewards. That's 5% of fees, which is honestly not a lot, but it's okay. You can come in here and you can, you can say, hey, I want 5%, and that could be your vote, or you could increase it and you say 10% if you wanted, whatever you wanted to do. And you could change your vote accordingly. Also, other things that you can vote on is the governance reward. Governance reward's 9.39% right now. You can vote on that. So not only do you vote, that's why it's a governance reward. Not only do you vote on proposals, vote on how the site operates. That's why it's decentralized. The governance tokens is part of what makes it decentralized. But then you also earn part of the revenue generated from the fees on the overall platform as well. Quick update on something that I'm going to plan to do for the channel. I'm really thinking this through in my mind, how I want to position this. I'm considering doing a challenge where I take $1,000 worth of cryptocurrency today and I start investing it with the goal of getting it to $1 million over the next, reasonably short amount of time, hopefully over the next several years, probably over the next five years or so. And I'm just going to follow the journey, and I'll update my progress, once a week when there's something to update, maybe once a month at the least. But that's something that I'm considering doing. It's absolutely possible in cryptos, particularly with the moves, or at least I believe it's possible. I think it'd be a lot of fun. If that's something that you think you'd want to watch, then do me a favor. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to follow that journey. $1,000 to $1 million investing in crypto. We're not talking about doing a lot of trading. That's not my style. Some of the same stuff that I'm already doing now. I mean, I've killed it in $B and these $B clones. I killed it in gas farming. I mean, it's been unreal. Honestly, it's been crazy. It's been helpful that we've had a bull market in crypto, that's for sure. But I think we're going to have a much, much bigger bull market in the future. That would be helpful. If I didn't think that, then I don't think I could pull this off. But combine that with making the right moves, the right picks, and I think that the advantage is most people try to trade their way to get there. There's nothing wrong with trading per se. I don't think that's the key. In fact, there's a very popular crypto YouTuber that is struggling his ass off right now trying to do this trading. And I just think that it's actually easier to do it when you choose the right type of passive income projects, when you're able to get in early. I mean, I just think it's a little bit easier that way. So I'm thinking about doing that. I've been thinking about how I would lay the rules out, how I would want to do it. Let me know your thoughts if that's something that you would want to follow on this channel. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, do me a favor and smash that like button. Decentralized cryptocurrency equals freedom. This is Crypto Wealth. I'm out. One last thing. I'm also looking to set up several collaborations with some of my favorite YouTubers. Be on the lookout for that. I'm hoping to do that soon. Some of these YouTubers have quite small channels. There's one in particular. I'll go ahead and tell you, his channel is very small and he is highly underrated. I think this guy is going to blow up. And I really don't gain a whole lot from bringing him on the channel. I mean, I'm going to give him far more exposure than he would give me on his channel, but I don't really care. The guy's got quality content and you need to hear about it. So stay tuned. That's going to be coming up on future videos. I've reached out to several people that I've been, wanting to. Some of them have channels bigger than mine. Some of them, my channels is much bigger than theirs. But I remember when I started out, some of you have been with me from the beginning, and when I had just a couple hundred subscribers, and you'd put up a video and you'd get like 5 views, and you're like, oh. I remember the day that I got my 100th subscriber. I remember the day that I got my 1,000th subscriber, and it was so much work, and it was just grinding, putting up content, not knowing if anybody's going to watch it. And I remember getting excited when I got 10 views in one day before I went to bed after putting up a video. It's so challenging when you're starting out. A couple of these channels that I'm referring to are smaller channels, but I think they can. I mean, they're so, content wise, they're so good. So I feel like more people need to know about their channels. So if you want to find out some hidden gems on YouTube with some incredible crypto content, be sure to follow along. You're not going to want to miss those videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.